Hello, everyone. Phil Connolly hopping here at day five. Day five of spring cleaning your mind. Today, we're going to be talking about the principle pleasing personality. How many times is it that you found that when someone was very pleasing and the other times where people were not so pleasing? Do you really want to work with someone or have a life with someone or relationship, business, personal life, if someone doesn't have any traits of pleasing personalities? Probably not. So why waste your time being with people who are that way? And people who, when you can also shift into a pleasing personality, with the pleasing personality, you're naturally going to attract the people who want to be with you. There's a difference between people who show up thinking they're the smartest person in the room and everyone else is below them versus those who show up. And as a leader, the idea of leadership is to help people feel better about themselves. How many people out there have it backwards? They get this myth that, oh, for me to be a leader, people have to like me. The truth is, you don't have to agree with everybody. Yet, we can still be respectful and have calmness of mind while we have a clear vision of where we're going and being open-minded and a positive mental attitude. How many times does somebody who have a negative attitude really make you feel like you either have a relationship with them in business or in life? Would you want to do business with someone with a terrible attitude who always seems to be grumpy? Or would you rather be with someone who always seems to be calm? Clement Stone, who started Combined Insurances, he was a great friend of Napoleon Hill's. Together, they initiated the Napoleon Hill Institute years ago, and I'm grateful to be with, now we're level 2.0, bringing back the Napoleon Hill Institute to really help people to thrive, be resilient, and grow leadership at all levels, in all groups, in all places, because having peace of mind is freedom. Those are the real things we want to be. So this is why we're doing spring cleaning for your mind here with PFC coaching. So with the pleasing personality, really, it's about bringing out positive mental attitude. And there's a great book that Napoleon Hill wrote, Success with a Positive Mental Attitude, combined with Clement Stone. And among these, finding ways that you can have calmness of mind. James Allen wrote in his book this chapter on serenity, where we can have calmness of mind, is one of the beautiful jewels of wisdom. Like someone who flies off the handle, like really somebody you want to spend more time with? Are you going to really want to show up? If you had a coach in sports and they're always just like nails on a chalkboard, they just want, they get grading. Would you really always show up? Now, maybe the person shows another side when he's trying to get more out of the team. Yet, at the same time, sometimes, people do need a little bit of a push, a little tap to bring out more of them that they're not doing. Sometimes that idea of shock does get you to pause and bring out that emotional impact. Really can get some people going. Some people are not motivated that way. But having a pleasing personality, that really gets through to everyone in a faster way than others who do it in a slower, more antagonistic way, shall we say. The idea, too, with having that positive mental attitude is we have an open mind. So no one person is right. It's a matter of taking into account 9 billion unique perspectives. And through each one's perspectives, they have specialized knowledge, they have specialized skill, and they have their own life experience. And together, through diversity, we find unity. And in unity, there's power. The power is at unique individual freedoms all bring that together. And so this is just one of those, mental tools that we can nurture it and develop. And Napoleon Hill talked about that years ago and first set that in motion. Oftentimes we can talk about this as personality. So when you think of how is somebody's personality, ask yourself the question, when you show up, do others feel better about themselves, or do they just kind of keep it neutral, but we don't really know where they stand? Or do they feel worse? Or notice it, when you're in a group, if one person shows up, do the others feel that they have to stop being natural? And what good is that, if people can't really be themselves and showing up? So the characteristics of that pleasing personality with this positive mental attitude promotes more flexibility, sincerity being really who you are. It isn't agreeing all the time. Disagreements are great ways, and dissatisfaction is a creative state where we can all move forward. Remember, this is spring cleaning for our mind so that we can find peace of mind and higher level of joy no matter what the external circumstances happen to be. So with courtesy, tactfulness, and a pleasing tone of voice, and leaving people better off, that's the mark of what a good leader does. Ask yourself, what can you do to become a better leader, no matter what level you are? And if you're in a position of leadership, how do you help others to feel better about themselves, empowering them so they don't have to be watched and babysat, so they can go for the next principle, which I'll talk about, going the extra mile, which we talked about before, that going the extra mile. And the next one I'll talk about is personal initiative. So the idea of nurturing within yourself, we can't nurture it for others. We can only nurture it for yourself. A pleasing personality, make a compliment. Sometimes just a smile, sometimes just a pat on the back. It all depends. It doesn't take a lot, and it doesn't cost you anything to just shift the way you're thinking, create a new habit, and see what results. So this is day 5 of this 21-day challenge. It's spring cleaning for your mind. Together, we'll find calmness, peace of mind, higher levels of joy, no matter what the external circumstances happen to be. Have a great day, everyone.